Hey gang, just some quick housekeeping notes before we start the episode. Just wanted to say sorry we missed our previous scheduled upload date. On the week we were supposed to record that episode, we just couldn't get anybody's schedule lined up to record for that particular week, so we just didn't. Very sorry about that. Also, going forward, episodes are going to be a little shorter than usual. We're going to try to keep it between an hour 20 and hour 30. Might be a little shorter, depending on the week. My job put me on day shift, which fucked my sleep schedule up real bad. So now my new schedule is like going to work, start working at 6 a.m., and then work until the afternoon, which means by the time I get home, and my new bedtime basically is the time we usually record the show. We're still going to be recording the show at the same time. It's just episodes are going to be a little shorter so I can get into bed and get some actual good sleep before I have to wake up at 3 in the morning to get ready for work. Also, wanted to say happy birthday to our dear friend Jake, who plays Ilphelodel, everybody's favorite necromancer. On the day we were recording this, it was his birthday, and I just wanted to say happy birthday once again to him. And yeah, that's about it for housekeeping. I'm going to let y'all go and listen to the episode. Thank you guys for being so chill and nice, and we love you. Hello, you're listening to another episode of More Ambiguity Blood Money. Oh boy, where we left off last time. It was a long episode last time. So, after the fireball detonated outside of your residence, Jack and Varroth raced out of the front door and began to question nearby eyewitnesses about what had happened. A small boy told Jack that he had hid behind a rain barrel and found a discarded necklace of fireballs. You then questioned a nearby noblewoman who told you that the perpetrator didn't look like a man, rather a puppet, and was on a rooftop nearby. You were relieved to hear that it wasn't pity, and that the suspect was more man-sized. Jack handed the necklace off to Varroth and cast Dimension Door, teleporting them to the rooftop for an investigation, while the City Watch closed off Troll Skull Alley below. You found a discarded copper gear bearing the symbol of Gond, the god of crafting. After returning to the manor and discussing what to do about the chaos, Rainier Neverember stumbled in through the front door. He told you that the gnome lying dead in the street was Dalekar, the man who had the Stone of Galore, which you did not find on his person. Jack then thought of the brilliant idea of impersonating a city watchman to query the investigation.
It worked, didn't it?
It did. To query the investigators about what they found. With a deception check that just barely succeeded, he was able to get an explanation. Fala, the owner of Corlin's Crown, witnessed an injured Iluskan man running north from the crime scene. There's a firework. When Jack returned to the manor, Rainier explained why he was there. Dalekar intended to pay you all to take the Stone of Galore to Rainier's father in Neverwinter, and Rainier was witness to the transaction as insurance. You then learned that the puppet-like man is possibly property of the House of Inspired Hands, a temple to Gond. That's a
Freudian slip.
Yeah. It's very easy to do when your god is named Gond.
Yeah, it's only a letter difference.
In that the puppet man is an automaton called a nimblewright. After being questioned about the explosion, you all discovered an old sewer entrance in the basement and decided to use that to get out of Trollskull Alley. You emerged from the sewers near the western wall of Waterdeep. I'm fucking up all sorts of shit today.
Yeah.
Just a few blocks away from the temple. When you arrived at the temple, you saw a silhouetted figure on the roof that held out its hand and released a mechanical bird that dive-bombed towards you. A priestess, Valletta, led you through the temple to give the figure a nimblewright named Nim a talking to. It was revealed that through their sign language that Nim had built a fellow nimblewright and that eventually stalked away and hasn't been seen since. Nim gave you a copper device that seemingly detects nearby nimblewrights. Valletta charged you with seeking out and destroying the rogue automaton and will pay you 500 gold upon proof of the construct's destruction. Oh boy, that might be the longest recap we've ever done.
Possibly.
So, with the nimblewright detector in your hands, you exit the House of Inspired Hands, and it would appear that it's time to search this city. Where would you like to search first? You are currently in the Castle Ward. And
Jack has the nimblewright detector in his hand as he's walking, and he just says, "Look, all I'm saying is that pizza is an open-faced sandwich, okay? I think we can all agree with that."
How did we even get on this subject again?
Just don't worry about it.
All right. I'm trying to find a really good map of Waterdeep.
Is a grilled cheese just an American quesadilla?
Don't like that.
Or
what? No.
or a quesadilla, if you will.
Well, no, wouldn't it be like a European quesadilla? Isn't that because most sandwiches come from Europe?
I guess. Oh, this is getting weird.
I mean, England has a toast sandwich.
All right, if you guys go into the maps
Oh yeah,
channel,
toasty. Yeah, toasty.
if you guys go into the maps channel, there's a map of Waterdeep that looks like it's the back of an iPad cover. Now that I'm actually looking at the image,
It does look like it's an iPad cover. You're not wrong.
oh yeah, it does say
Jesus.
iPad in the file name.
Dope.
They're literally.
That's hilarious, but it'll work.
So we're in the Castle Ward, you said?
I think I actually lied. You guys are in the C Ward, but you're very close to the Castle Ward.
Okay. I think we should just take it south and just like go North Ward, Castle Ward, City of the Dead, Traders Ward, Dock Ward, Southern Ward.
Well, where did we live?
You guys live in the North Ward.
And it came. If we look at the direction it was coming from, can't we just use that to triangulate better? If we go in the opposite direction it came from the North Ward. So I'm assuming it came from the south from the North Ward, so we can just like... I figure if we start where the last one was and then track backwards, it'll be easier to find, right?
Yeah. That makes sense to me. How does everyone else feel?
Yeah, I like that. That
Yep.
sounds like a plan.
So the plan is to go south through the Castle Ward?
We can do that.
All right. So as you enter the Castle Ward of Waterdeep, the umbrella on the detector begins to spin and click. And eventually it leads you to a grand blue and purple courthouse. You see some city watchguards atop the portico flanking the entrance into the courthouse. And it seems to be pointing you directly up there.
Let's go that way.
Oh joy. We're having to deal with the law.
As you approach the double doors, one of the guards holds out their pike and just says, "Halt! What business do you have?"
We're going to the Castle Ward, right?
You're in the Castle Ward currently, yes.
Oh.
The detector is pointing you towards a courthouse in the Castle Ward.
Is it a very well guarded courthouse?
I mean, there's two guards flanking the entrance.
Do you think I could do the thing again?
Do you think we could just... Oh, let me tell the other guys. Okay. Can we just like sneak by these guys as we're out of earshot, right? Like before we walked up to them and they went halt. Yeah,
we can walk this back to before you walked up to the entrance.
Yeah. Can we just not deal with these guys? Because I don't want to have because I feel sneaking's a better alternative than whatever it is we have to do to get in there. Because I really don't want to
I mean, I can sneak problem.
Hold up. You're thinking it's a better idea to sneak into a restricted area that
Then they
most
have
of us,
to.
that
Bullsh-
most of us don't have the capability to do.
Then whatever bullshit we're gonna have to do to like talk our way in.
I mean, all I have to
Ilphelodel
do-
says we could just simply tell them the truth.
Yeah, we're on a fact find. We're on
LFL,
a searching mission.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
We're on a searching mission. We think there was a murderer that we're trying to stop. Like, I mean,
Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's try
Jack
that.
does have a city watch badge.
I do.
Oh yeah, you do. Maybe you can get us all in there and say we're
I'll-
like
So I'll go.
deputies or something.
That's exactly what I was thinking I was gonna do. So that's perfect. Yeah. I walk up to him and I have the badge like attached to like the inside of my coat.
Mm.
So I'll just open the coat. Yeah, I'm a deputy. Or I'm a detective Albatross. These are my deputies. We're on the hunt for a murderer.
Oh,
We think he might have come this way.
yeah, well, we can get you into. Would you like to speak to a judge or?
Not currently. We believe there might be someone here. We would really not want to.
Tip anybody off.
Thank you.
He notes the detector in your hand and he says, "What is that little contraption?"
We believe that the murderer might be an automaton. This is supposed to find him.
Oh, like one of those what did they call them in the parade a couple days ago? Nimblewrights.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well, we actually do have one that works in the courthouse.
I see.
Oh.
At this point, the nimblewright detector is just going nuts.
How long has he been working at the courthouse?
Oh, real quick as an aside, as soon as he says that, I'm keeping an eye out to see if it like notices us and tries to run away.
Okay. The guard says, "I believe it's been about a month, maybe 2 months."
Do we know when he said he created the nimblewright?
About a month ago, yeah.
Okay. Do you think we could have words with this nimblewright?
Oh yes, here, follow me. And
Alright,
he'll
I will put the detector away.
All right. Now I came up with a word because I looked up floor plans for courthouses and I learned a word. And I got to figure out how it's pronounced.
The podunk.
Ah, okay. So get ready for this feat of amazing language arts.
The courthouse.
The guards lead you into the loggia of the courthouse.
Robert
Strike your oranges, kids!
When I
R
learned
as in Robert Loggia.
when I learned that
as in,
word,
oh my God, it's Robert Loggia.
okay, you don't have to do the whole Family Guy bit, but
We will do the entire Family Guy bit.
I want to do the orange
bit.
juice bit.
when I
Drink your
learned
orange juice, Timmy. Your mom's right. It helps to give strong bones.
when I learned
Alright.
that word, that's all I could think about was the Family Guy Robert Loggia bit.
Yep.
So
I will do the entire name. I will add to it. I don't care.
The guards lead you into the Robert Loggia of the courthouse, and one disappears behind one of the doors along the hallway before you. A moment later, you see a nicely groomed dwarf in judge's robes, accompanied by a nimblewright, whose head is completely featureless. It's just a rounded piece of brass. The dwarf clears his throat and introduces himself. "Welcome to Felmir's Court. I'm Judge Dalamus Deep Pike at your service. Do you wish to file any charges?"
No. In fact, we were actually hoping to speak with one of your. What did he say? What the guy did? What the nimblewright was doing?
No, he did not mention that.
We were hoping to speak with your nimblewright companion, who was helping you here. We had some questions, and I'll flash the badge.
Oh, right, the nimblewright. He just looks over and he says, "Old Leadfoot here has been working as our bailiff."
I see. I'll go up to him. I'm gonna pop my magic eyes as I kind of walk up. I'm assuming the nimblewright's in the room with us,
Yeah.
and just kind of look him over. Does he look like? I mean, I guess he is magical because he's an automaton.
He
But-
doesn't look any different than Nim did.
All right.
I mean, barring the physical features.
I'll look over to the judge. Is there a place that we could speak in private with him?
Well, I'm not sure how good this one is at communicating. All I know is that if something goes awry in the courtroom and I say bailiff, he moves to action.
Does he immediately start choking me? When he says
You see, he does throw up his hands like he's in a fighting stance.
I'll just immediately step back.
And then I just say, he says, stand down, stand down. Shouldn't have said that out loud.
All right. Leadfoot, you said?
Yes.
Okay, Leadfoot. Where were you? Can you tell me where you were this Was it morning? I'm assuming it was this morning, right?
Yeah.
It's been a couple of days, just FYI, or a couple weeks now since we played, so.
Yeah.
Where were you this morning? Did you come anywhere near Troll Skull Alley?
Leadfoot shakes its head, no.
Do I believe him?
You can make a insight check.
Insight, though, I'm good at that. It's a bad roll, though. That's a 10.
Doesn't appear to be lying, no.
I got a
Who has the
16.
16 doesn't appear to be lying.
Who has the necklace of fireballs?
I do.
Varroth does currently.
I'll look at Varroth with a nod.
You want me to hand it over or just take it out?
That's up to you.
I'd assume presented as evidence.
If you want to, I was going to let you talk here, or you can just hand it to me and I'll talk to him.
Leadfoot, do you know what this is?
Shakes its head no.
Do we still believe him?
Yeah.
Are there any other nimblewrights other than you and Nim?
Nods.
Do you know where they might be?
He points southward.
How many?
Shrugs.
Southward.
Dalmas just, he speaks up and says, yeah, well, we purchased Leadfoot from a Luskin fellow down by the docks. Can't remember his name. It started with a Z.
Xanathar?
No, not the Xanathar. And I believe you spelled that with an X.
Oh, okay. Because I've never seen it written down. How would I know? Alright, very well.
Leadfoot, do you think any of these other nimblewrights are capable of hurting people?
It's hard to tell exactly how Leadfoot is thinking, given that its face is literally just a rounded piece of brass. But you can tell that it just kind of thinks for a moment and moves its head in a manner to suggest probably yes, if given orders to.
Do you know where that nimblewright you suspect would be?
Shakes his head no.
I guess we could talk to this Z fellow. Will you be around later today if we have more questions?
Absolutely.
Very well. I look at Sonia. Is there anything you can think you want to ask before we head out?
Nope.
Okay.
Ilphelodel says, thank you for your time. And
Alright.
And Dalmas will say, well, I hope you find whatever you're finding for. Again, if you have any issues or you need more questions answered, feel free to just contact me here.
Very well. Hopefully we will. Alright, I guess we start heading south. I look over. Can you be a little bit more specific about south? Are we talking
towards the docks?
Docks? Okay. Do you know of a specific stall or stand?
I believe it was called the Sea Maiden's Faire.
The Sea Maiden's Faire. Okay. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
I guess we'll go to the Sea Maiden's Faire.
Good luck.
Thank you. I teleport to the Sea Maiden's Faire. I open up the world map and click on Sea Maiden's Faire.
Oh no, the console commands! /TPC Maiden's Fair.
God.
Fuck. Can't believe you've done this.
Wait, just TPC Murderer 01 investigation. There, done.
Wow.
Part of the
you just speed ran D&D.
Yep, there it is. We did it, everyone. And didn't even have to go into Japanese.
You did the thing everyone said was impossible. You beat D&D.
We did it. I can't believe it.
Wow, holy
All right.
shit. Okay, enough
So,
goofballing.
I guess we'll head to the docks and I'll have the out.
The nimblewright detector.
That, yeah.
Alright. When you guys leave the courthouse and start heading south, the detector does begin to stir as you enter the dock ward. You come into range of a rather unassuming 2-story tall building just emanating with the strong stench of fresh fish. And above it, it's kind of overlooking the fish market. And as you look above it, the sign says Seaswealth Hall. People are rushing about, unloading ships and carrying barrels and crates full of fish to different stalls and onto different ships. You see at one of the larger stalls a nimblewright whose face is fixed in a permanent scowl, laying fish out on a display. An orc woman tends to customers buying large quantities of fish.
Okay. And this is the Sea Maiden's Fair. This is the place.
You would have to ask around about that specifically. Like, the Sea Maiden's Fair is a collection of ships. It's not a location.
Oh, okay. I guess I can walk up to the orc lady and just... Hello, we're looking for someone who might have been selling nimblewrights a couple of weeks ago. Name starts with a Z. Should be part of the Sea Maiden's Fair. Does any of this ring a bell?
I think you'd be talking about Captain Zord.
Okay, that sounds
She kind of looks over and you, where she's looking at, you see 3 ships in the harbor. 2 are docked perpendicular to each other, and a third is actually anchored out, like several hundred feet away from the others.
Okay.
I'm looking for a nimblewright salesman, right?
Yes. There's some things going on that we would need to speak with him about.
You don't need to be telling me your business. Just, well, I got old Onyx Eyes here, from the guild, and they bought it from the captain of the Eyecatcher over there. And she points towards the ship that's far out in the harbor, anchored.
Is that Captain Zord's ship?
Yeah, he should be in there. Occasionally I see him on the other 2 ships, but I'm sure if you speak to either of their captains, they can get you over there.
Have you ever seen a nimblewright commit violence?
Only when given orders to.
Is that common?
Not from what I've seen, but I have had to have old Onyx Eyes here chase down a couple of 5-fingered salesmen.
It's fair. I look at the other 2. You guys got anything?
Nah.
Okay. Then I guess we'll head over to the, we'll swing over to the ship. You said the ship was off the dock, right? Like we have to swim out to it?
Swim out, or, I think the captains of either the Hellraiser or the Heartbreaker can ferry you over.
Very well. Okay. I guess we'll head over to the Hellraiser because that sounds dope.
Alright. Books.
I swear if the captain of the Hellraiser doesn't have a bunch of piercings in his head, I'm gonna be upset.
Needle man.
All 3 of these ships have a similar color scheme. There's a lot of purple, gold, and red strewn throughout the sails, the ornaments on the front of the ships, just the paint and trim. Everything's purple, gold, and red with a little bit of blue for accents. And you see between the Hellraiser and the Heartbreaker, both ships appear to be the same size, but when you look over at the Eyecatcher out in the harbor, you see that it's far larger than these two, and is a lot more gaudy and ostentatious. You see between both the ships, specifically the Hellraiser, there's a lot of just busy work going on, people swapping the decks, loading up crates and supplies. It's just a lot of people moving about.
I look for the person who has the biggest hat, the biggest coat, and like 4 peg legs.
Real quick question: are they swabbing the poop deck?
Yes, in this case, they would be swabbing the poop deck.
Bad.
I'm sorry. I have a juvenile sense of humor.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's
it's
fair.
completely fine. We all do, honestly.
Yes, 100%.
So yeah, how are you gonna go about this? There is a gangplank that you can walk up that goes from the dock onto the deck of the Hellraiser.
I don't know what, like... I look at the other two, like... I don't know what, like, ship etiquette is. Do we just walk up on the ship? Like...
Permission to come aboard?
Do I bring an offering? Like...
We're police officers, so no.
Okay.
It is customary you ask permission to come aboard.
Not when you're a police officer.
One of the sailors,
It's polite, I think.
one of the
Sounds
sailors looks over the railing down at you and just says, "Hi, what business you be having here?"
We're looking for the captain. We're trying to get to the, what's the name of the ship?
The
The
Eyecatcher.
hell?
The Eyecatcher.
Aye, so you be wishing to speak with Tarwind or Captain Zord?
Captain Zord.
Name's Fergus. Come aboard.
Okay, we'll come on aboard.
Yep.
I suppose.
You see him, he's a, Fergus is a skinnier man. Yeah, he looks skinny, but judging by the crates that he's holding, he must be quite strong. He's just...
Wiry.
Yeah, he's slender, well dressed, has a mop of just black hair that just kind of sits on his head. Real frizzy from the humidity of the harbor.
Okay.
He wipes the sweat off his forehead and just says, "So what business you be having with Captain Zord, if I may ask?"
I'll flash the badge. He's a interview for a murder investigation that we are working on, or attempted murder investigation.
Following a lead.
We're following a lead with him. He potentially sold a nimblewright that might have killed someone or attempted to kill someone. He didn't actually kill anyone, did he?
The nimblewright, as far as you know, and you're like 95% sure of this, is the one that caused the fireball and killed all those people.
Oh, right. I forgot if he actually killed anyone during that or if he just scattered them. Okay, yeah, he's wanted with numerous murders. Let's just say he's a person of interest in this, and we would like to speak with him.
You see Fergus's eyes just kind of go wide, and he just says, "I knew one of these days those things would cause some trouble. I never liked them to begin with, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, let me send him a message, and we'll get you a rowboat to get out in there."
Thank you.
"Not a problem." And he whistles, and you see these two men drop whatever they're doing and immediately go to drop one of the rowboats. And then you see Fergus just kind of closes his eyes, touches 2 fingers to his head real quick. You see him nod. He nods again. And he just says, "Well, you've been granted safe passage. Here, he points to one of the larger men that dropped the rowboat.
Thank you. We will
He
return
says,
it safely when we're done.
He says, safe here. We'll see you safely across.
You wouldn't happen to know how many nimblewrights he sold, would you?
No, that would be something you'd have to ask him.
Very well. That makes sense.
I don't look into his sales history.
Figured we would at least ask.
That makes sense. Yeah, most of us here are carnival folk. We don't have any interest in Zord's goings-ons.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
he's just the leader of the carnival, and we
Makes sense.
keep the carnival running.
You don't happen to know where he gets his nimblewrights, do you?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm okay with that. Oh, that's a good roll, too. That's a 21 total. 16 plus 5.
We got them back in Luskin.
Okay. That we knew that, right?
More or less. Zord has been described as a Luskin man many times at this point.
Okay. And I'm assuming I believe him.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
Don't have
roll an
any
insight
reason.
check, you can.
I feel like I don't have a reason to not lie, or for him to lie, and also I rolled a 10, so that's nothing. Very well. Yeah, we will speak with him. See if we can get all this sorted out, and I'll hop on the boat.
All right.
Just jump right off the edge. Just eat shit into the boat.
As you miss and just plunge into the harbor.
Splash. That's how it be.
Ilphelodel will come down there with you, and then the last person on the rowboat is Safe. This just big, muscle-bound dude. Just, you know, he doesn't have a shirt on. He's got torn trousers on. Just a big hulk of a man. And he grabs he grabs the oars and just says, "So you're looking into nimblewrights, eh?"
That's the plan.
Love those things. They're great wrestling partners.
You wouldn't happen to know if any had been sold to less than, well, I would just say more dubious figures recently.
Just between you and me, I don't quite like the nobility that's been buying them, eh?
I'll pull out I'll point to Varroth. With the fireball necklace, I'll motion him to hold it up.
Okay, I'm holding it up, but I don't know where you're going with this.
Oh, do you recognize this at all?
No.
Haven't seen it on any customers recently?
Can't say that I have.
Any mages that could have made it? I know you said there were rich people who could have potentially bought it, but purchased by any mages who might potentially have been able to make something like this?
None that I know outright, no.
I wanted to be very clear. We're investigating a murder investigation here, and I'll flash the badge. Any potential deceit, perceived or not on your part, could be a problem. So if you have any information that you're holding back, we would really appreciate you not doing so.
I'm not withholding any justice here.
Do I believe him?
You can make an insight check, if you want.
Can I roll something other than a 3 for an insight check? Okay, that's better. That's 23.
Yeah, no, he seems completely honest.
Okay. I'm going to need a record of the people that you've sold nimblewrights to in the last week.
Oh, that'd be something you'd have to ask Zord.
Oh, right. We're not talking to Zord. Duh, fuck. I literally sitting here this entire time thinking we were talking to Zord because my brain is mush because I worked today. Yeah, let's go ahead and speak with Zord. If you can bring us to him.
Yeah. Eventually, you guys do get across the harbor and make it to the side of the Eyecatcher.
Sorry, my brain is mush, y'all. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Saith just kind of calls up and just says, "Could use a ladder down here." And then eventually you just see one of those wooden rope ladders just kind of unfurl down the side of the ship.
Climb it up.
Alright, when you get to the deck, it's more or less the same as it was on the Hellraiser, except a lot more spacious, a lot more crates, and you do notice a lot more, like, plush furniture, which is strange to be on top of a ship. But you gathering the surroundings and how the outward appearance of the ship, it's probably just part of the gaudiness.
Can I make an insight check to see if this is a ship that actually even goes out sailing, or if it's used more as just a house out in the harbor?
There's you can look like along the side of the ship, and I'm not gonna make you roll anything for this. It does seem well worn around the outside, like down towards the water level. This ship is definitely seen its fair share of sailing.
Okay, yeah, because otherwise plush furniture on the deck is...
Yeah, it seems like it would be a bad bet for mold.
I'll pull, while as we come up and look around, I'll pull one of the crew members aside. How recent is this furniture?
One of the guys you pull aside just says, "Oh, about a week."
Uh-huh.
Seems like your captain came into a bit of a windfall to be able to afford something like this.
A little bit, yeah. Carnival brings in quite a bit of cash.
Enough cash for a plush furniture on the deck of a ship? That kind of cash? Didn't think that was normal.
And Captain Zord's a bit weird.
Nods.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Wait till you see how he dresses. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I see. Alright, I guess we'll head over to the captain's quarters?
Yes.
You have a fancy name for that, Matt? Do you have a fancy name for that ready that we can mock?
The Aft Castle. I don't know.
Yeah!
More like the Ash
Actually,
Castle.
Is that might actually not be, that might actually be right. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go talk to the guy, I guess.
So, you knock on the door to the captain's quarters. And you just hear, you hear from inside some furniture moving about. And you just hear, "Oh, welcome in!"
I will do so cautiously.
Yeah. What am I about to see?
Could have swore I wrote the page number for this particular thing down, but apparently I didn't.
Don't you hate that?
Found it.
You hate to see it.
I had to do it to him.
So, you see that this captain's quarters is bedecked with golden filigree, the purple curtains festooned with silken tassels, the wood paneling scented with perfume. There is some magnificent looking food laid out on golden platters that sprawls across a mahogany table.
Does any of this look
craftsmanship.
new?
It doesn't look new more than it looks well kept.
Okay, but the furniture on the outside looked new.
Yeah, the furniture on the outside is new. Standing behind the table with a wine glass in hand is a well-built, scantily clad man. His scarlet apparel designed to accentuate his trim figure and bountiful chest hair.
Oh no.
A flashy rapier hangs from his stylish belt. "Welcome aboard the Eyecatcher," he says, flashing his pearly white teeth.
Oh no, he's Zep Brand again. Oh no.
"Zardoz Zord at your service."
I was actually thinking more the president from hitchhikers.
That's fair. Zaphod?
Yeah.
Greetings, Captain. We are working with the local police force on a murder investigation that we think one of your nimblewrights might have had a hand in. And I'll flash the badge again because that has become my new thing, apparently.
Ah, yes! Fergus told me in his message that he would be coming over here. He said something about a murder investigation.
Yes, we believe one of the nimblewrights that you purchased recently, or that you sold recently, might have been used to kill several people outside of our home, actually. And I'll show him I'll point to Varroth to show the.
Have any of your
necklace.
Have any of your customers come in wearing this recently?
He kind of scans it over for a moment, and he just says, "No, I don't remember seeing anything like that."
Now,
I'm gonna roll an insight real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
24.
He's not lying about not having seen the fireball necklace, and he seems genuinely upset that one of his nimblewrights did something really illegal.
Right.
Okay.
One of my I thought it might have been a defect. Now that I think about it. Might have been. I know it was... If it's the one I'm thinking... one moment, please. And he walks over to a side table, opens a drawer, and just kind of rummages through it. And you see he pulls out a slip of paper. And he just kind of scans it for a second. He says... How long ago did this take place?
This morning.
This morning? Oh.
This was quite early this morning, yes.
Well, and he runs his finger down the paper. He says, the most recent sale I made was to the Growlhund family, and I know they purchased an older model.
Growlhund?
Yes.
Were there any of them that paid more than usual?
More than usual? No.
None of them paying any extra?
But specifically for an older model?
No, they paid the same price as everyone else did.
Did they request an older model?
No, it's just one that I had.
Okay. So, are these nimblewrights normally capable of causing harm?
Well, I suppose if someone were to give them orders to cause harm, that it's not outside the realm of possibility, but I was assured the ones that I purchased to bring here and sell were completely harmless. I have to go back to Lantern and talk to the wizard who made them.
Of your recent customers, are there any that stick out that may have had untoward motives?
Not from what I could gather, no.
Were any of them twirling a mustache and like wringing their hands?
Most of them are purchased for guild errands.
Did they say what guild errands they might have been running with it?
Everything from...
No, I mean this one specifically.
Oh, this one... No. They wanted this one to be more of like a housemaid for their villa.
The model that you sell them, was it particularly good for that sort of thing?
I believe all of mine, regardless of model, are good to do whatever they're told.
Do I believe him? Or did he shortchange these people?
He might have shortchanged them a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll to realize that.
That's fair. He seems the type.
Yeah, he's eccentric. He's a businessman.
Can you tell me where they? Can you mark an X on my map to show me where they are?
The Growlhuns?
Yes, their house. Their home.
Oh, yes. He scans it and you see, where he puts an X on your map.
I was kidding about that, but okay.
Well, it's happening. Where he puts an X on your map is literally a block away from your manor.
Yeah, alright. So positioning is right, timing is right. Okay. Last thing.
Yes.
Is there anything that you can think about them that would have stood out? Anything at all?
About the Growlhuns or about the nimblewright they bought?
Yes.
Well, the Growlhuns, people after my own heart, I swear. Little ostentatious. Little flashy, a little flamboyant.
Okay.
But, other than that, they seem like, and I personally don't really like noble people, but
I look him up and down and look at all of his bullshit and go, uh-huh. What can you tell me about the furniture out on the deck? It looks pretty new.
that's because it is.
Did you come into a pretty large windfall recently?
Not to give away too many of my secrets, but these nimblewrights fetch a pretty penny.
That's fair.
And he leans in, just kind of cups his mouth and just says, about 25,000 a pop.
Jesus Christ. That's a lot of thousands.
A lot of time and care goes into making them. What can I
That's
say?
5 and 5 and 5. That's a lot. That's 5 and 5 and 5 and 5.
That's as many as 4 tens, and that's terrible.
That's terrible. It's not quite 4 tens.
Fucking Lex Luthor.
And you're not selling anything on the side that we should know about? I asked pointedly, but friendly.
Unless selling a carnival is illegal.
Very well.
It might be.
I look at everyone else. I mean, did you guys have anything that you wanted to ask? I got what I needed.
I can't think of anything else.
All right, last thing before we leave. Anything you can think of, scan your memory, because if anything they have traces back to you, it's not going to look good for you or your business.
Okay.
And I'm just being honest with you. Nothing? He doesn't say anything?
No?
Just making sure. All right.
Nothing that I can think about, no.
One last insight check to make sure I believe him.
Go ahead.
Just trying to pull every little bit of fucking anything out of him. That's a natural 20, baby. That's a 27.
There's nothing more to say.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's not related to the nimblewright investigation, but there is a lot more to him than he's letting on.
Yeah, but I don't care that he wants to, like, I don't know, fuck furniture or whatever the fuck it is. We just want to know about the nimblewrights, goddammit.
Alright. I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
I mean, we won't, but we say we will.
I mean, I will, because I will remember.
He says, well, if that's the end of your, the end of our time here, please take part in some of the food that, please take part in some of the food, and then I will see you safely back to the docks.
I'll take an apple.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah,
it's fine.
You can take an apple.
It's been a pleasure.
Ilphelodel will take an apple as well.
It's been a pleasure. Let me know if you need
the pleasure
anything.
is all mine.
Let me know if you have any other memories or remember something that we could use.
Of course. How can I contact you?
You don't have message, do you? Or sending, do you?
I do.
Oh, then,
I just need to prepare it for tomorrow.
Then my name is Jack. You should be able to find me fairly easily.
Gotcha, Jack.
And I'll wink at him as just kind of a gotcha.
Really? Jack? You going with Jack?
What?
Thought you'd use this as an opportunity to, like, get some connections.
I'm
with Strahd.
Detective Jack Albatross. You know this.
I'm not. I whisper it to Jack. I was like, I figured you'd use this to like further.
I'm working on it. Jack Albatross.
Maybe Jack Albatross works for Strahd.
Maybe. I can create identities. Just FYI.
I've become a lot more invested in your Strahd bullshit now that it's become relevant that TV doesn't exist in this world. So,
all right. So, I guess we'll head out.
All right, yeah.
I'm gonna take a dagger and cut that apple open. Does it look like it's been tampered with?
Not at all.
I'll eat it.
All right, tastes fucking delicious.
Yeah, apples. I'll offer slivers of apple to everyone else as well.
Ilphelodel starts crunching on his. He's like, this tastes very good.
Yeah, I can't bite into apples. They hurt my gums, so I have to cut them. But they are very good.
All right, Saith will escort you out of the captain's chambers and back to the rowboat. And, you guys sail back towards the harbor. Saith just says, that went a lot quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he had as much as we would have hoped, but he pointed us in a direction, so we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Ah, that's good. Let me take a guess. Was it nobleman?
Potentially.
Ah. You can never trust noble people.
I look at the ship and then go back and look at that ship and just kind of like cock my head like, really? Really?
They're just prone to blackmail and backstabbery.
That's fair. Yeah, no.
Holy fuck, that was a loud firework.
Oh, geez, are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're good. It just shook my house.
Jeez, okay.
We're recording this on the 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah, so any dog barks or anything, we're sorry.
Yeah, that can't be helped.
I'm gonna go back to the courthouse real fast, since I guess we're going that way, right?
Yeah.
We have to go back.
Yeah, you guys make it back to the docks very safely. You can hoof it back up to
I'm just gonna go back up to the judge.
Felmir's
hi.
court.
Thank you so much for the help previously.
Oh, not a problem.
I need a small favor.
Yes?
Can I see a writ of a warrant for search and seizure?
Oh, of course.
There's some specific legalese I need to check on it.
Oh, of course. Follow me.
Thank you.
And he'll lead you into his little office area. You see he's got a nice little mahogany desk. The wooden mahogany with a nice chair behind it, and he just kind of sits. He just says, now who am I who's the suspect in this?
I just need to see a copy of one, so that just for my own records. There's some legalese that I need to check on it. There's another issue down at a precinct. We have a guy complaining about like unwarranted search and seizures. You know how it is. So
yes.
Let me just get a copy. I just want to take a look at it if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. He hands it over to you.
Cool. I look at it, and now that I've seen it, I can make a copy of it at any time.
Oh shit!
Because I am a charlatan with false identity. Cool. Thanks. And I'll hand it back to him. Yep, that's exactly what we needed. Thank you so much, and I'll head out.
Not a problem. Good luck with your investigation.
Thank you kindly. I really appreciate that. And we'll head back.
Gives you a 2-finger salute. You leave the courthouse.
So I could take time and make a warrant for search and seizure if we need one.
Mm-hmm.
I tell Varroth and Sonia and Ilphelodel. If you think that's something we may need at some point, I could make one.
Ilphelodel says, yes, we will probably need that, and also that scares me that you can just do that.
Listen, I have certain skills, okay?
Then again, I make undead.
Yeah. That's a little creepy. Alright, so What do we want to do? Do we want to go straight there? Do we want to go back and rest and refocus? And let me write one of these letters out? What's the play?
How long does it take you to write one of these letters out?
It doesn't have a time on it. It just says you can forge documents, including official papers and personal letters.
I would say for something like that to make a forged copy will take maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'd say, yeah, let's go back to Troll Skull Manor, focus, and then figure out our plan on this.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, by the time you guys make it back to Troll Skull Alley, the watch has more or less cleared out. The area where the fireball detonated is still very much a crime scene. So they're trying to keep people away from that, and they're still investigating. But as far as people like being able to leave and come back...
Oh, we have to go back into the sewers, don't we? Shit. Or
no,
are they going to let us through?
This is exactly why I'm explaining this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Just hit me. My bad. I'm all over the place tonight, y'all. I'm sorry.
It's good. Listen, it's been a very long week.
Yes.
And weekend. But yeah. So, you make it back to Troll Skull Alley. No issue. You see Rainier sitting in the tap room area. It just says, he looks up and just says, "So, what exactly happened?"
We got a lead that led us to a lead that led us to a lead. And I'm going to start working on that warrant. Do you want me to roll for that?
No, you don't need to.
Alright. And I'll sign it with the judge's name and seal it with wax. And put it in my pocket.
All right, sweet. You now have a forged a forged warrant for search and seizure.
And it specifically mentions the people, the name that I
the
cannot...
Growlhuns, yes.
The Growlhuns, yeah. With the address and everything.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is there anything we need to pick up or do here before we go?
Ilphelodel says, "I know that we have I know that we now have the document, but we should think about how to approach this a little bit. Do we want to go in guns a-blazing? Because, I mean, we don't exactly have concrete evidence."
Yeah, that's the thing that I was worried about. I didn't know if we wanted to go in there and just talk first, or if we wanted to immediately, go the police route. That was the thing I was going to ask.
What do you two think? Yeah. Ilphelodel looks towards Sonia and Varroth.
What would be our angle in?
Our angle in would be they're suspects in a murder investigation, and we need to search their house for a nimblewright that might have killed someone.
But that's if we're going full gung-ho police.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying if we decide to not go that route.
Oh, we could just be neighbors, being neighborly. Since they live right down the road from us. Checking, making sure they're okay. Coming in, having tea with them, having a sit. And then, maybe sneak off to go search the house. I could maybe sneak off to use the bathroom and search the house. Either way works for me.
Okay.
So
there is another option.
What are you thinking?
This might be a little crazier, and we should probably only do this as a last resort.
Mm-hmm.
But we could always try a good old B&E.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We could do that. Sonia, what would you rather do?
I don't know, man. I've been trying to keep a low profile because this is all I would have just punched people, right? just bust our way in. But like, I don't think that's gonna work this time. So I've been trying to not do nothing.
Well, when you say low profile, do you mean low profile is like people don't know that you're there, or low profile is in people don't know that you're punching people?
People don't know that I'm punching people.
So you're thinking we should go in as just a very like...
No. What I'm saying is, no matter what I do, I feel like I'm going to punch people, so I'm just not doing anything. Do you see?
I see what you're saying.
It's the dichotomy of Sonia.
To punch or not.
You
to
also-
punch.
I have no fists and I must punch.
You
Like,
have that
it's-
noble... You have that... That's very good. That's great.
That was an amazing reference.
That's fantastic.
That is very, very fucking
Oh
good.
my god,
That's on fucking brand.
that was just chef kiss.
I mean, well, you could go in as like a noble woman. Like you've done this before. You like playing the noble woman, don't you?
No, I hate being a noble. I left being a noble. Being a noble sucks. Everyone who said nobles suck are right. It's just, I don't.
Okay, I have an idea.
Here's what Sonia can do for you, right? You can have Sonia by your side, and then when you need something punched,
Yeah.
you tell Sonia to do it. Now, do you want that to be I feel maybe we should split up and have me and you, or like two of us, try to like do it your way and cop it out and you know, tango and cash this shit, and then the other two people do it Ilphel's way. And we just both do it at the same time, and we see who ends up with better results.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking. Like, I was just about to suggest, why don't we, me and you, who are the stealthy ones, do a B&E, Ilphelodel and Varroth, and I'll hand Varroth my badge, and I'll hand Varroth the warrant, because my name's not on the warrant. That's not how warrants work. I'll hand it to him and say, why don't you distract them with questions? Use this if you need it, right? And while they're distracted, we can go in and do some searching. Sonia, that's a brilliant idea.
Ilphelodel says, I quite like the sound of that plan.
So, Varroth, you gotta do some Mr. Magoo shit and get them...
Yeah,
get all
I
eyes on
realized
you.
that.
So, yeah, but at the same time, also try to get some... So, also try to be Poirot. So, you need to basically do both sides. So, what I'm saying is you have the hardest job out of all of us.
So I need to be a schizophrenic, is what you're telling me.
What?
No, Detective Conan this shit. Be like, oh, whoop, whoop, I'm a kid, but then secretly I'm figuring it out.
I'm pretty far from it.
Or just be a very tall, very attractive distraction.
Why are you guys flattering me so much the last few
Because
days?
we love you.
Because we're trying to get you to do the dumb one.
Yeah.
And we're doing the fun one.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Are you guys saying I'm the himbo?
Maybe.
We're trying to get
Maybe a
you to
little
do
bit.
the dirty shit.
Yeah, you do the dirty work.
And we're having the fun shit where we're going to steal shit. And I'm probably
I
not
feel like
telling
I'm
you guys
being-
we stole shit.
I feel like I'm being told in a roundabout way I'm the himbo.
You might be the himbo. That's all I'm saying. Listen, it's fine. It's okay to be the himbo.
What nobody can see is that my wife is sitting next to me, just patted my head and said, "Good Kronk."
Yes, it's
Uh,
all coming together.
You just LL Cool D. Ladies love Cool Dragon. Just fucking go for it, man.
Jesus.
Is that what LL Cool J stands for?
Yeah,
I
ladies
never
love
knew.
Ladies
Cool
love
J.
Cool James.
I didn't know that. Hey, look, we learned something new on this podcast.
Today you learned.
You'll learn today. All right. So, are you guys good with that?
It's gonna blow up in their faces, but sure, let's do it.
Probably.
Yeah. That's how
All right.
all our plans go.
Unfortunately, that is where I'm going to end the episode tonight.
Aw, come on.
I know. I'd listen. So, full disclosure, going forward until my work decides to quit screwing me over, I started a new work schedule where I will have to wake up at 3 in the morning, go into work at 6, and then crash out around 7 p.m. or so, 7 or 8 p.m. We typically record on Sundays at 8, and since I'd have to get up at 3 to work, I'm trying to work this out in a way to where we can record and I can still get to bed and get some good sleep in before I have to get up and get ready for work in the morning.
That stinks.
Yeah, so until that gets sorted out, episodes are going to be a little shorter, maybe not this short. We'll try to push hour and a half next time. But as for tonight, I am dead tired because I stayed up way too late last night. And woke up super early this morning, so
It was a blast, and I'm very excited.
I feel like this was a very good episode for how short it was.
Absolutely. And the pupper agrees.
Oh yeah,
Great
10 out of
episode.
10. All dogs agree this is a good podcast.
Good podcast. All dogs agree.
All dogs. All right.
All dogs come and listen to this podcast.
So thank you guys so very much for listening. If you want to follow us, you can find us on Twitter at AmbiguousPod. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/ambiguouspod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Moral Ambiguity Podcast. By the time this comes out, all of the episodes should finally be up there. I know I lag behind on getting the most recent ones uploaded there. Aside from that, have a good day.
Pizza is
We
an
love
open
you.
face sandwich. A pizza is an open face sandwich. Get it out.
Have a good day. Stay safe. I hope if you traveled during the holiday that this was recorded on, you stayed safe and didn't blow off any of your fingies.
Yeah, no fingy blows. That sounded gross.
It did. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Later.